and I'll be officiating this wedding. That's right, when Sarah and Sean thought about who they wanted to formally declare them husband and wife and usher them into their lifelong partnership, a journey that will be full of romance and trust and compromise and understanding and adventures both great and small, they opted for a single, unmarried 29-year-old with no real job, whose most significant relationship is with a woman who's 60 pounds, sheds constantly, and chases squirrels. My dog Maggie was invited, but she couldn't get off work, unfortunately. I was flattered when they asked me to officiate, but I got nervous when they invited me to share some words of my own. I struggled to think about what was I going to say. I don't have a lot of thoughts to share about true love or God or the sanctity of marriage. It's not really my area of expertise. Not that that's ever stopped the Goldman before, but here we are. It took me a while, but I did finally figure it out. They didn't ask me to officiate because I had something important to say about marriage. They asked me because of what I represent, and that's you folks. I represent every person who drove miles to be here. Every person who got a new dress, ironed their good shirt, bought a plane ticket, found a babysitter, got a new haircut, shopped for a gift. Every person who got a card in the mail that said Sarah and Sean are getting married. You are the most important people in the world to these two, and this ceremony has meaning because you're all here. So with that in mind, I'd like to try something a little different. Most wedding ceremonies involve the bride and groom exchanging vows, and they will very shortly. But I've never been to a wedding where the guests shared their vows. And I think it's important because we'll be the ones watching these two marry today and move to New York and start new jobs and new lives. We'll support them when they're down and celebrate them when they're up. We are part of their story, and they're a part of ours. So I've taken the liberty of writing some vows for all of us, which I will read out loud. So when it's your turn, you all get to say, "We will," okay? There's a little audience participation. So we're just going to test this out. When I motion to you, you're all going to say, "We will," okay? We will. Thank you. Great job, everybody. Sarah and Sean, please turn and face your family and friends real quick and receive their vows. So we're going to start off with the easy ones, guys. Tonight at dinner, will you promise to let someone try a bite of your fish if they order the steak, and vice versa? Yeah. Thank you. That's very generous of you. Will you promise to like every photo of the wedding on Facebook, even the ones that catch you at an unflattering angle? We will. Thank you. A caveat to that, you have complete freedom to untag yourself from a maximum of 5 photos. So use that judiciously. Women, if you haven't already, will you take a moment to lean in towards whoever you're sitting next to and very audibly whisper, "Sarah looks beautiful." Absolutely. Men, I know it's not what we do, but will you entertain the idea of leaning in towards whoever you're sitting next to and audibly whispering, "Sean looks beautiful"? Thank you, thank you. Sean looks beautiful. Amelia's. Will you treat Sarah like your sister, your daughter, your friend, your family? Yeah. Thank you. Gold people. Will you treat Sean like your brother, your son, your friend, your family?
We will.
Thank you. So all the friends of Sarah and Sean, will you accept us as your family, as you've so generously accepted these two as yours? And will you watch over them and take care of them where we're not able to?
We will.
Thank you. Will you promise to give these two at least like 3 years before you start asking when they're going to have kids? I think that's a good, safe. Thank you. And when the day comes and they do decide to have children, will you love whatever name they choose, whatever religion they raise this child? Will you be perfectly satisfied knowing this little boy or girl has wonderful parents, and that's all we could ever hope for? We will. Great. Tonight, when you're eating and drinking and laughing with all these people, will you promise to take a moment to remember you were eating and drinking and laughing for the memories of loved ones who couldn't be here today because they're no longer with us. And that maybe sometime in between dessert and coffee, you'll take a moment to yourself and think about that person. And remember everything good about them. And know that they would have had a great time tonight, even though you miss them so much.
We will.
Thank you. And finally, will you all promise tonight to never ever leave the dance floor empty unless you were eating dinner or getting some water? There's an 11-piece band here, folks. We cannot waste this opportunity. Thank you. Sarah and Sean, you can turn back to each other now. These people of here have committed themselves to you. The love you have for each other is matched only by the love they have for you two. They say it takes a village, and this is the village. On behalf of the village, I want to thank you two for inviting us here and for sharing your love with us as we share ours with you two. This is it, guys. Do you, Sean, take Sarah to be your wife and partner, to have and to hold her from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness or in health, to love and to cherish till death do you part?
I do.
Do you, Sarah, take Sean to be your husband and partner, to have and to hold him from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness or in health, to love and to cherish till death do you part? Sarah and Sean have chosen to use traditional vows from the Song of Songs. The Song of Songs is a unique passage from the Old Testament because at its simplest, it is just a song between a man and a woman, bound together by endless love. More? No more? This glass once belonged to Sean's dad, John O'Melia. Together, Sean and Sarah will say their vows and share wine from this glass. Take that, Sean.
Wear me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is infinitely strong. Many waters cannot quench love, no flood can sweep it away. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine.
Wear me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is infinitely strong. Many waters cannot quench love, no flood can sweep it away. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine.
All right. The breaking of the glass reminds us that even in moments of ultimate joy, we recall the losses suffered by our families and friends. The glass, a symbol of the frailty of life, is broken with an implied prayer. As this glass shatters, so may your marriage never break. You bring with you today symbols of your love, here declared with the vows you have exchanged. Tom, may I please have the rings? Let these unbroken circles be symbols of eternity and infinity. Let them represent that love has substance as well as soul, a present as well as a past, and that despite its occasional sorrows, love is a circle of happiness, wonder, and delight. Sean, repeat after me, please. I give you this ring as I give to you all that I am.
I give you this ring as I give to you all that I am,
And accept from you all that you are.
and accept from you all that you are.
As it encircles your finger,
As it encircles your finger,
may it remind you always
may it remind you always
that you are surrounded by my love.
that you are surrounded by my love.
Sarah, repeat after me. I give you this ring as I give to you all that I am,
I give you this ring as I give to you all that I am,
and accept from you all that you are.
and accept from you all that you are.
As it encircles your finger,
As it encircles your fingers,
may it remind you always
may it remind you always
that you are surrounded by my love.
you are surrounded by my love.
By the power of this gathered community and the love, trust, and intentions you have shared together, I now pronounce you husband and wife.